All right, it is a incredibly, incredibly cold day here in South Georgia. Um, 36 degrees, according to my phone. The wind chill it's 9 degrees. I don't know if that's right. Wind gusts are 33 miles an hour. Supposed to get down to like 19 tonight, so that's crazy junk for us Southern people. Um, the last opening morning of bow season, so I'm always going to be in the swamp on the last day of season. That's just uh, my old friend Lee used to call it swamp yoga for me, so I got to come down here and get my swamp yoga and suck it all up. But it is cold. The youngest boy was hunting in the upper part of the swamp earlier this morning, but he's done bailed. He texted me and he said, "I'm out, man." He said, I'm headed to the house," and that's because he's young. You know, I'm old, and I'm just scared I ain't going to get another day to climb up in a tree, so I'm going to tough it out. But it is tough with the wind. You got to hang on every once in a while. You feel it come up, and you got to kind of grab onto a tree. Get your, like right now, here it comes. Um, so, I haven't seen a thing all day. I haven't even seen a bird. But that's okay. And I've written about a story one time that's in a book called "Did I See Anything?" And I see everything when I come out here. The youngest boy, he had a beautiful, beautiful older buck come right up under his stand this morning. He took a video of it. And that's the cool part. You know, when we were raising the boys when they were young, it was about respecting wildlife. It was about thanking God for the food. And he truly is probably not much, both boys aren't much different than me. They come out here and they might shoot something, they might not. He just enjoyed having his old buck up underneath his bow stand. And it makes you feel good, that they figured that out. And for me, what I wanted in both boys was for them to be able to understand the importance of, grounding yourself and having that system to process that data, whatever that data is. And the youngest one's 18, but I remember being 18, and sometimes being 18 is difficult, especially when you got all this junk ahead of you. You just don't know where you're going or what you're doing. So I really don't have much to say as far as like some great big philosophical, deep-rooted idea about what this video is about. It's about the last morning of bow season, and I thought it was appropriate because if you all are following along, you might wonder, like, well, now it's over. Did he do a video on it? And here's the video. So we had a little commercial break there. No, not really. I thought I heard something coming through the swamp there with all this wind blowing. I guess it was just something else. But we're going to get down here. I always say we because I'm pretty confident this ain't a solo mission. We generally got somebody hanging with us. That don't mean I'm crazy. It just means that I think there's always a good influence. Few guardian angels hanging back there in the foreground somewhere. But instead of going back to this clear cut, just planted these pines in there, I'm gonna skip across the creek and ease up through the swamp. The wind is blowing the absolutely wrong direction. If you don't know, deer have an incredible sense of smell. And if I was a good deer hunter, which I'm not, you hunt where you kind of know the wind direction, which way the deer travel, stuff like that. I don't care nothing about that. I mean, I have in the past, but anymore, hell, I pick out what tree I want to go to, and because I want something out of that tree. And so I come to the swamp because I want something out of the swamp. So maybe we'll get a little footage of that, and then I'm gonna probably head home for a couple hours. I don't know, like drink a bowl of soup or something, something to warm up, and then I'll hunt this evening. I just ain't figured out where I'm gonna hunt yet. And buckle down. I know that I just saw Dorothy fly by, and that little dog Toto, I think that's what it was his name. And then we're gonna wrap up this smoke show. Bow season 2025 rolling into 2026, and maybe I'll get hit by a flying limb with these wind gusts, and I'll come up with some philosophical thing to pass on. But if not, no matter what, that's what I told the youngest boy. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, I'm cold, but it's a beautiful day. It's always a good day, to be in a tree. So with that being said, hang on. Well, I get that this is a little different. Normally we're up in a tree. There's actually white stuff blowing around. Yeah, seriously. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. Not a lot of it, but like there's a little flake here and a little flake there. But walked back through the swamp, cutting across what we just logged earlier or last year, and the wind is blowing like crazy, as you can tell. Trying to see if I can let you see the white stuff. I don't like it. I don't like the S word, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I just call it the white stuff. It's just kind of generic that way. But yeah, I saw on the Weather Channel, not an advertisement for them, it said a 3% chance of the white stuff. And I'm like, seriously? But yeah, it's there. So walk through the swamp. Always love walking through the swamp. We're still very dry here, so I don't have my rubber boots on, so no issues with that as far as my feet getting wet. Toes are numb. I've been walking for a good 45 minutes and still numb, so that shows you how cold I was. But we're headed back to the Jeep. Gonna warm up, and then maybe, for y'all out there in TV land, like a crazy fool, excited about white stuff. No, just to show you how cold it is, because, we're literally like right next to Florida. So, hang on. Well, we're back here. Ran home, drank some soup. I didn't need it, I drank it. Did a protein shake, and then went around the house, all of our outbuildings, and pretty much for the most part, we can handle the cold weather with our faucets and stuff. A lot of people down here just turn them on and let them drip. But we've kind of insulated all of them, but I just did some extra stuff because, 18, 19 degrees, that's really cold for us. That happened a couple years ago for about 3 days. It was brutal. It was during deer season. So we're headed to the swamp. Lowest part on the farm, and I'm gonna duck down and actually get in the stand that the youngest boy was in earlier today, and he's hunting in our hardwoods. We did a video from there, but I don't think it's been posted yet, so hang on. So I like to walk, I like to run, and I always tell people, if you know somebody that lost the use of their legs, then you would kind of get why you need to walk. So after the second round of cancer, my dad lost the use of his legs. He couldn't walk anymore. And it changed my perspective tremendously. I'll park at the opposite end of a parking lot, walk into a store. So anyway, I like to walk. And just, a lot of guys will drive right to where they hunt. I don't. I like to hump it, get some blood going. You're going to freeze sitting up there anyway. I'm going to take you down this little path, show you this little bridge I made. We did a video off this bridge last year sometime, but across this creek. This creek is what comes from our pond, and you know, the water's flowing because we keep the pipe open because of the daggone beavers. Don't get me started on beavers. Here we go. There's my little bridge. Kind of wiggles when you walk across it. All right, time to climb up. So we're up here in the tree. Part of the reason I picked this stand, one, because it's low. I'm not very bright, but today I'm pretty smart. Setting sun, so I'm going to get a lot of heat off of her. But I'm telling you what, once she goes down, once she goes down, it's gonna get cold. This ain't a real big tree. I don't like real big trees for bow hunting. I like little skinny trees. And I like moving around, but I don't know if I like moving around that much. So we're gonna hang on for dear life, but stay tuned. It was good we got to see that little buck. I don't know what happened to his other antler. He slipped right up on me. I was actually looking that direction. I had my back. I was standing up, had my back to that side, trying to block some of this wind. Sun's going down. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little cold. But he's just easing on that way. I saw him the other day. Over there in our clear cut. But anyway, I got these monster hand warmers. These are like the lady I teach karate with. She gave me a big thing of these for Christmas. So these are like the gigantic ones. This is probably, I need some that are about the size of a pillow. Anyway, we're gonna hang on. That's all I can say. The wind gusts are pretty bad. I just saw Dorothy fly by. We'll be hanging on. Got about maybe 45 minutes left, and then it'll be over. And the boys were little. I mean, little bitty boogers. They started hunting when they were 5, and I built these like little treehouse stands all over the farm. There's about 10 of them. They got windows in them, but they don't, like, the windows are cut out. You know, I wouldn't let them sit there and play on a phone or nothing like that. I'd give them a bunch of Sharpies, and they'd write all over the walls and sit there and eat pistachios and sunflower seeds, and take snacks. And the wife would take one, and I would take the other one. We'd split up. But down here in the swamp, I'd bring these little pop-up blinds, kind of like a little tent. And I'd bring them down in here, and I'd take a bunch of brush and hide them. And then I'd have a little plastic table in there so they could lean across it. That's when they were rifle shooters. And it had a little heater, and then they had a sleeping bag. So they'd come down here and crawl in that sleeping bag and go to sleep. And that heater is pushing out heat. And then if a deer came through the swamp, I'd bump them up, they'd wake up, get to it. But they're strictly bow hunters now, and the little houses are, the little condo houses as I call them, they're all over the farm, and they don't get used anymore. But they all just hang in trees now. That's the kind of junk you think about when you're down here, I don't know, reflecting, just how that was just yesterday, and it ain't yesterday no more. They done, done grew up. But good memories. Glad I took the time to do that with them. It was aggravating to drag all that junk down in here in the swamp, but man, was it worth it? Sorry. I gotta get my arm out of my pocket. So we're gonna shut up. Maybe we'll see something. There's 3 does literally right behind me. I didn't hear them. Let me turn around. God, hang on. Look at them little spots on its back. We about ready to run out of daylight. That little buck come back, the one with one antler missing, but he was downwind of me. So he got a whiff of me and he hit the road. I surely hope y'all enjoyed all the videos from this bow season, tree time, and they were good for you. This one here is going to be a little different, seriously, because it really ain't got no deep thoughts or philosophy. Just to kind of get you a peek behind the curtain. Normally we just start off from the tree, so I thought we'd change it up today. I do complain a lot about the cold, and I realize that. But we live in a fabulous world of comfort. Everything's just comfortable. And we can just constantly adjust the temperatures in our cars and our houses. And even though I complain about the cold, it makes me appreciate a hot, warm day in South Georgia. So it's always good to get out of your comfort zone. A lot of growth occurs there. My dad said something many times on his final days, and I used to sit there and just look at him with like one eye. It's like, man, I don't know how he's doing this. He did it for a long time too. He always told me, he said, hey, somebody's got it worse. And that's some good words of wisdom there. Somebody's got it worse. And we don't think that sometimes. We just think it couldn't get any worse. And somebody does have it worse. It's hard to fathom that. It was hard for me to fathom that looking at him, but when I studied on it, I was like, yeah, he's right. So, with that being said, unless something fabulous happens, we're going to run it down till dark, but the footage would be horrible, and that might be better for you. You wouldn't have to see my face. But seriously, I hope y'all did enjoy the tree time videos. once we get through all them, then we're going to get back on the ground. We're going to keep on rocking. We are noticing the channel is growing a little bit, so that's pretty exciting for us. Means that we're doing something right. And anyway, so with that being said, y'all have a great night. And I am seriously looking forward to walking up that hill and getting in that Jeep and turning on that heat. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. But keep the faith. Hold on, I gotta show you something. It's like super cool. That's the moon. All right. Anyway, I just happened to turn around and look through the magnolias and through a couple pine trees, and there was the big old moon looking down at me. So I wrote about it years ago. It's called My Full Moon, and I loved the moon when I was a kid, and then when I was an adult, it kind of got jacked up inside my head. Only took 18 years, and I got my moon back. So I love a full moon. I know it makes some people kind of crazy, but I don't think it makes me crazy. It just makes me remember that sometimes you have to wait to get things back. Take care. Well, that's why you come out and freeze to see that right there, man. Just walking back to the Jeep out of the swamp. Big old full moon. I mean, she's a dandy. That's awesome. Hopefully y'all get to enjoy that. Maybe I can try to zoom in if I can get my fingers to work. There you go. Anyway, y'all have a great night.